Hi, everybody. I'm here with Maria Stasiak, and we're talking recruiter enablement. Maria just gave me a little bit of a tutorial there on, I wasn't bad, was I? I said Stasiak,
No.
but Stasiak is a little bit closer. Anyway, Maria, give us a quick introduction to you.
Yes, hi everyone. So my name is Maria Stasiak. I'm a talent enablement manager for Electrolux at the moment. And I'm doing a variety of things within the recruitment circle, not directly related to recruiting itself.
I did this interview with Angelo Pancho yesterday, and he is talent enablement manager, something like that, at Rockwell Automation. And I talked to him yesterday, and I asked him what was his background that got him into a job of like doing talent enablement. So I'm going to ask you the same question. Tell it, how did you get into this job, and what were the skills you had to do the job, and why did you want to go into it?
Yeah, this is a good question because honestly, hand to God, I believe that it was hospitality. It was restaurants, hotels, customer service, this direction towards being oriented on the quality of the service rather than the delivery itself. So I would say that was my background. But, recruitment wise and career choice wise, it was many things that came together. I started with creating a little sourcing team in Electrolux. This was my first step. Then a little bit of admin and coordination and, organizing the processes, keeping track of everything organizational wise, then vendor management, then training, then learning, then all of those things. So it just naturally grew. And then the name that I had didn't fit anymore. So that was the idea, to create the function that gathers everything around recruitment, but it's not recruitment itself.
I mean, that's almost exactly what happened with Angelo as well. He was doing different things, and then they just went, hang on a second, you're doing this job. Why don't we make it more formal and make it more? And it's exactly what happened with Haley Ennis at Sprout Social as well. So yeah. It's wonderful to talk to people who have got an enablement specific kind of role. So tell me, like, what is it all about? I mean, you've kind of described what you were doing, and then like a lot of that is what it probably is. But like, just give me the summary of your job. What's your sort of objectives?
I would say the most important one is to improve the quality. Improve the quality of service for the customer, so in our end candidate, but also improve the quality of service that is given to the business. And there is a variety of things that comes into that, how to speak with people, how to negotiate, how to know more, how to also know tools that are state of the art and that follow the trend and the development and the AI and everything at the same time, keeping ability to keep the quality that we're striving for. So it's a mix, a lot of learning, I would say. We never stop to learn. And this is one of for me, the most important factors in enablement, because what we need to do is we need to constantly know more. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Trying to share what I know, what I find.
I mean, you're also, I guess you're probably a filter into the recruiting organization, because you just said, we never stop learning, but things are moving so fast around technology and around what candidates want and around different processes. And not everybody, if you're filling jobs, if you've got lots of jobs to fill, it's very difficult to keep in touch with what's all the new stuff and how do we make it better and better. So you probably have to evaluate lots of new things, and you probably say no to lots of new ideas as well.
Of course. There are many factors to saying no. Sometimes it just doesn't fit our organization or current goals, but sometimes it's just, we need to focus on specific investments that we know are business goals. And it's not about the idea not being great. It's just about what we can squeeze into every day.
I mean, I certainly understand that. So sometimes it doesn't fit. It's not for us, and sometimes it's great, but we can't do it yet. But we'll come back to it in 6 months or in 18 months or something like that. I would assume. Quite a large organization, Electrolux.
Yeah, it's quite large. What I'm doing is for European market at the moment. However, yes, I do see, this trend of it growing, arms and legs, especially in market intelligence, in trends, in how to move forward with many aspects of what we're doing, along with the market, not against it, because this is something that also happens. So yeah, filtering information, finding data that is relevant to grow, data that is relevant for, the business goals as well, to grow, is super important. And I agree with you, not everyone has time in the daily grind, let's say, to just, go ahead and review new tools, new people that bring knowledge to the business and to the market, to talent acquisition.
What's your favorite sources of inspiration? Is it from within the recruiting space, or is it from other, disciplines or industries, or where do you, or do people just bring things to you? What's your process?
I'm just the weird type, I look for information, I ask around, I go and talk to people, I review the trends. I do like to read, so I do a lot of that. I feel like those are things that are needed if you want to go into this enablement type of responsibilities, because it's not only talent acquisition that needs this enablement, it's so many other industries, in sales, the market trends are becoming more and more popular, but it's kind of shaped a little bit differently. But yeah, searching for information is the key if you want to do anything with enablement, and this is what I'm doing. How do I do that? This is, very difficult. Information come from different places, but I do like to be informed. I do like analysis and data, so I rely a lot of just knowing what's happening in the markets, politically, socially. This is important information within talent acquisition. We keep omitting that very often, but yeah, it's depending on what happens in a specific area that you're recruiting, it will influence your workforce. So it's super important to know and understand that.
You said, I think you said the first thing that you did was that you built a small sourcing team. Was
Yes.
your background talent sourcing?
No, my background was recruitment, actually. But, I've been starting with the recruitment when sourcing was kind of taking shape, and it was kind of a new trend, and it was something everyone was interested in. And as I like digging, this is something that I started with, how to get the candidates that I just don't get when I post the job. And I haven't been getting them. So I had to look for different ways.
Yeah, no, the reason I asked that question is because you've definitely got a talent sourcer's mindset, and the talent sourcer's mindset is find out how, dig into the details, try and understand, look under every rock, and look for, constant improvements. And
Yeah.
it's a good talent sourcer's mindset.
Well, sourcing has taken way different route that it did before, like, in the beginnings of the market, when sourcing was shaped, it was like, okay, provide me the candidates, and the recruiters were the one driving the business. But we get, as sourcers, so much data from candidates, so much data from the market, so much understanding and a different perspective on, what is happening, that it shifted. Recruiter is more consumer service care type of person, and sourcers are more to the market, analytics, intelligence, kind of building long-term relationships type of responsibility. So talent acquisition market is shifting, and yeah, we need to move on with that.
I completely agree with that. So I think one more question would be like, for companies that are, there's not very many companies, and I know this, there's not very many companies that have got people dedicated to enablement. I think this is going to be a very large growing trend in the coming years. And what I'm interested to know is, like, do you are there quick wins for companies? So if a company is not doing this at this point, are there like 2 or 3 things that you think, okay, start with this, then this, then this?
Yeah. those short recipes, those are difficult ones. You know, there is so many aspects in every single company. They build in a different way. They do different things. They are on the different kind of step towards specific things. There's no recipe. I would say look at the market. The most important one is understand what you're working with, because without that, you will do nothing, you know, creative, nothing innovative. And then the second thing for me is not to keep up with what has been done, because what has been done for some reason has not worked up to a standard that we're looking for. So, you know, the small improvements are great if you have well-established process. But if you have process that is not working, just throw it out of the window and start from, you know, a clean slate. That's a big one. And it's very difficult to do in large companies.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's very, very difficult to do in large companies. Maria, thank you very much for your time. It's been great to find out more from your perspective, and all the best, and hopefully see you again soon.
Wonderful. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, everyone, and hope you enjoy.